That's crazy. Okay. Let's see. Wow. Wow. So people tuning in every few seconds or so to watch. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Grabbing some XML code. So what we're going to be going for here is building out a spreadsheet that's going to track the prices of collector booster boxes. This is 2023. Somebody's probably already built this, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to build it now. Some formulas are trying to send and receive data from external parties. Yes, that is what I want. Okay, so now when I grab the link to Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth, collector box, we should be cooking. Plug that in here, and then enter. Dang it. Come on. Let's see. You missed. Oh, sure. Allow access. There we go. So that goes there. Equals. What is this? Oh. Equals this. Nice. Okay. So that's pretty good. We've got a pretty good 2023 lineup so far, but let's keep going because there are Commander Masters. There is Wilds of Eldraine. And then there is Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Huh, that is how Ixalan's spelled. Nice. Okay. Commander Masters. I remember you could buy those for 200. Wilds of Eldraine. Call it 240. Call it 240. Okay. So now we just need the URLs. This is Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Plug this in. Hopefully we'll get... Yeah, this is easier. If we get that price. Wilds of Eldraine. Man, these boxes are worth so much money. It is unbelievable. It's unbelievable that something like Wilds of Eldraine are selling a couple every week for almost 900 bucks. That is crazy. Well, and then Commander Masters. Let's see, grab that. What you have to remember about the Commander Masters is there's only 4 packs in it, which is crazy. All of these. 2023 was a different time, though. That's the thing that I'm probably going to talk about in a video, is that people weren't buying as much stuff in 2023. It was just, I mean, like when Commander Masters came out, people were very kind of squirmish about the price. I mean, what a set box costed, like, what was that, 400 bucks was the MSRP for? Well, it's not working at the moment. Let me try getting a link again. Yeah, so people are just not into the prices of the boxes at this time. Well, Commander Masters. There's other things other people are into. All right, I'll have to get this over manually. Just 380. And grab this. Pull that down. Jeez. Okay. So then, wow. So that's crazy. What a beautiful thing. You get these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 collector booster boxes. And so if we do totals, sold net gains. Wow. So yeah, 153%, over 50% a year gained from investing in 2023 Commander collector booster boxes. And here we are, years later. Okay. So now the question is, what about 2024? Can we do the same thing? All right. 2024 MTG release schedule. Murders, Fallout, Outlaws. There's Fallout, Outlaws, Modern Horizons 3, Assassin's Creed, Bloomborough, Duskmorn. And Foundations. Okay. So Murders, call it 240. Fallout was really closer to 400 when it came out. Outlaws 240. Modern Horizons 3. I have to check on that. Horizons 3. GG stocks. Yeah, about 400 when it came out. Which makes sense. It was the summer set. Assassins 240, Uber 240, Duskmore 240, Foundations 240. Okay, so now we got to pull up the actual price links. Here's Modern Horizons 3. Oh, didn't copy over the formula, I guess. Oh, the formula's in the second cell. What? Oh, that is the second cell. Okay. Let's see, grab the modern horizons 3 link. Let's see if we can fill out and figure out what 2024, 2 years later, looks like. Okay. Outlaws. Stopping Wizards of the Coast from dumping. Is there anything stopping Wizards of the Coast from dumping collector boxes on Amazon? There's no serialized. Can't they just reprint or do something? Yeah, Jason. Technically, they can. What it all comes down to is incentives, right? So, Wizards of the Coast, there's a really interesting kind of political philosophy, I guess, or political science, game theory. That's what it's called. So there's something called the prisoner's dilemma, right? And I promise this this matters for your question. But if you have two people that cannot communicate and that are just incentivized to get theirs, they will take advantage of each other to win if it's a one-time deal, right? And this makes a lot of sense. Like, if you're interacting with somebody once and you know you're never going to see them again, there really isn't any incentive for you to respect them or to be nice to their stuff or to not take advantage of them, because you're never going to see them again. There's no downside to ripping them off. Now, where the prisoner's dilemma gets solved and where this kind of game theory gets solved is if you're going to have to see the person again, right? If you go to a restaurant and you know you need to go to that restaurant again, you're more likely to tip well. This is measured, on highways, the restaurants that people just pass through, not as good of tips. You're never going to see those people again. And Wizards of the Coast, if they knew they weren't going to see us again, they would just reprint everything into the ground, take our money and run. The problem is for Wizards is they are going to see us again, and they're going to see us next month and the month after and the month after, and they want us to be there to buy their stuff in the future too. So that's kind of that's the reason why. That's the reason why they don't. That's the reason why when they do, they kind of get in trouble. I mean, Cynthia Williams, who was the previous CEO of Wizards, got fired, presumably for her Amazon dumps, because they were not making Wizards money. Yes, they could sell straight on Amazon, screw game stores over, and make a profit. But yeah, can Q's Cardboard says, can shear us sheep many times. Yes, that is actually the perfect way to put it. They don't want to slaughter us. They want to harvest us and as many times as possible and as quickly in succession as possible. But that is exactly what they want to do. So it's interesting though, right? Because there's limits. Like, yes, they have a monopoly, but they can't charge infinite price for infinite product. They have control, but there's limits to their control, and their limits are like what we will put up with. Alex saying, you watch my videos every day. Great stuff. Thank you, sir. That makes me feel so happy inside. I love it. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it's fun. This stuff is, oh my gosh, 1,400 holy dollars. Lord help us all. That is crazy. For the Fallout Collector Booster Box, which, by the way, there's nothing in it. I know I've said this in like all my videos now, but there's nothing of value in these Fallout Collector Booster Boxes. So it's just insane. Ah, come on. Well, gotcha. Yeah, there's limits to their money printer. It's interesting that, because, there's a lot of truth to like the late stage capitalism type conversation, right? There's like companies get bigger, they get market power, they take advantage of it. And that's obviously what Wizards of the Coast is doing too. I mean, they've just tried to raise prices as much as they possibly can, right? But even when you're a monopoly, even when there's no competitors, there's still limits. There is still limits to the power. What I'm really curious about, because Mark Rosewater has made it clear for years now, as they've ramped up print runs, as they print more and more sets, as they've printed weirder and weirder sets, they have made it clear, like, hey, if you don't like a set, feel free to skip it, just buy what you want, don't buy what you don't want. And, you know, it's easy to talk that talk, but I'm really curious with some of these sets coming out. I mean, supposedly, you know, Pleasant Kenobi made a video. I need to watch it still. But supposedly sets like Spider-Man, and they'll probably say the same thing about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that these sets are doing great. They're actually incredible, and everybody loves them. And obviously, I'm not sure about that, right? I mean, they're not selling as good as, like, at least the game stores. You listen to Kitchen Table TCGs talking about how Lauren outperformed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Spider-Man as a pre-release. And Lauren came out in January, in winter, the middle of winter, which is supposed to be kind of the worst performing set of the year. And so anyways, there's definitely some copium, it feels like, coming from the Wizards side. But we're not going to get that data. We're never going to know if they're full of it, or if they are actually selling incredibly well, if everything they're doing in the past year has just been gold, or if there's issues, or if Spider-Man was an issue that it didn't sell as well as they hoped it would, or whatever. You know, it's hard to get that admission from them. Yeah, I'm really interested how this year goes for Wizards with all these universes beyond. I can't even remember. I always forget at least some of them. I remember Star Trek. I remember The Hobbit. 2026 MTG release schedule. What is going on? Lauren, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secrets of Strixhaven. Yeah, of course. Marvel Superheroes, The Hobbit, Reality Fracture, Star Trek. So I guess I don't really forget about them. Can you scrape TCG low with a formula like that in Excel? Yes, sir. Now, the question is, can I, or ma'am, or accuse, I don't know if you're a boy or girl. The question is, do I know the formula to do that? I actually got this from somebody else, but this is, you know, so this is just a formula in Excel or in Google Sheets is where we are right now, where you give it a URL and then you give it the XPath, and it will bring you to the number or whatever you've got on the page. Now, what I'm looking at right now, like, these are always TCG low for the sealed products. It's different for singles, because for singles, there is the direct program that they put at the top. So let's take a look at this scroll. So where's the TCG low? Low sale price. Okay. So what we do, can you share that in chat? Yeah. So this is the formula. And this is grabbing Bloomborough. Oh no, there's too many characters. Well, I can share it in parts. Share the first part with the URL. Send. Then the second part. Send. Yeah, there you go. What I'm going to try to do now, though, is grab the low. And I can show you kind of what you have to do. I had to do this at an old job of mine, is you find the number you want, you right click on it and inspect. Oh, come on. Where'd it go? Where's the low? Current listed median, whatever, I'll use this for an example, but you inspect it and then you find it here. You copy full XPath, and then that's what you should be able to plug into over here. So let's see if that works. Grab this URL for this. Oh wait. Oh, that's why I was on the wrong page. Anyways, let's grab this. Inspect this. Oh, well, there's the listed median again. Whatever. Okay. Copy full XPath back in here, paste that full XPath, same thing. Grab the URL, plug the URL in, grab the XPath, plug the XPath in. See if that works. No. Sometimes the XPath is like too zoomed in, so I'm going to actually delete part of it, see if that works. And it probably won't, knowing my luck. But anyways, it's a little tricky. Try taking this part out. Huh? Close. Anyways, you get the idea. Thanks. Would you believe that I manually do about once a week for like 150 items? I was going to build an AI tool to scrape the qualify. Yeah, no, I believe it. It is crazy when you think about like, and I see this at my day job, is like people spend hundreds or thousands of hours doing things manually that someone else knows how to do in like seconds, you know? It's crazy. Big fan of the show. Thank you for the quality content. Thank you, Jason. I think I've seen your comments on videos. Maybe I'm hallucinating, but anyways, thank you for being here. And thanks for the kind words. Yeah. It's fun. I've been having a good time. You know, I've tried to do YouTube like probably half a dozen times in my life, but this time it's, you know, feels different. It feels better. So that's fun. Let's see. Duskmorn. We need the URL. For Duskmorn collector boxes. About to put together our portfolio of what it would have been like if you bought collectors in 2024. Yeah. Waited 2 years, sold today. What that would have been like. Pretty... I think this is going to be actually so interesting. Because, you know, the thesis that like Alpha Investments and other people put out there is that Magic is a good investment. and it's not as clear cut as something like Pokemon or you know, S&P 500 stocks, like real big boy investments or whatever. And so like, I'm not sure if that's true, right? You know, when Alpha Investment says like, oh, you can buy and hold on to Magic products and the value is going to go up. I don't know that. Like, I've seen some products go up. I've seen some products go down. Now you could say like, Nick, your whole channel is about investing in cards. What are you talking about? And yes, investing in cards is fun, but I don't know how actual, like if it beats the S&P 500, because that's the thing about like, the Wall Street Journal came out with an article last year about how Pokemon has outperformed the S&P 500 over the past decade. And they haven't made that article yet about Magic, right? And so that's my point. It's just like, how profitable is Magic? How much potential is there for kind of holding on to it and the prices going up and whatever? And so that's what this exercise, I think, is going to be really interesting, to just get a snapshot over the past couple of years. No, come on. ¿Por qué? Man. What was that price? 700. Perfect. Just plug that in. Okay. Then we can do what's it called? Total. This is really... Wait, what did I do wrong? I don't think we... Oh, yeah, we don't want to sum that. We want to just bring this formula down. There we go. Okay. I didn't expect that. Is this right? Is this set up right? So we got like the $800. The net is 83%. That's fine. Then we get how much we're actually, the gains. And then we get whatever the percent gains are compared to what we originally spent. Yeah, is that the same formula as the gains? It's not. Sold price. Yeah, is this overestimating? Because... Yeah, wait, the gains. No. Oh, yeah. So we should be using... the gains, not the sold price. So that should be D. Here we go. Let's see what this does. There we go. That's more reasonable. Let's fix this one too. C, D. Yeah, the sold net is what we care about. Drag that down. Okay. Okay. This is, yeah, this is more like realistic, I guess. But it's still quite incredible that after shipping and fees to net 85% from selling stuff after 2 years, less than 2 years, is quite an interesting find. So that is something special. And then 110% after 3 years, which is actually, that's interesting too, because if you're holding on to it for 3 years, this you're just holding on for 2 years and you're doing just as well. Most of these gains, I guess, the gains are actually pretty reasonable across the board. I mean, there's only a loss in one box for 2024, and then the Fallout went absolutely crazy. I guess one of the morals of the story is don't skip out on the price of your boxes. And then Bloomborough went crazy. Duskmorn Foundations did well. What are you using as the entry port? You should do a lot better than TCG price on entry. Yeah, that's right. You should do better than these prices on entry. I mean, Fallout, I was able to buy a box from my local store for like $240. But if you're looking online, yeah, it was like $400. But it's a good point, is that, if you're savvy about this, you should be doing a lot better than these prices. And so maybe I need to make a column or something like that, or a lever to pull to kind of, to turn that on and off. Because let's say, I don't know, maybe I just duplicate this and see. So, I mean, if you're savvy, I'm just kind of pulling these numbers out of nowhere, but if you're savvy, you're probably buying Murders for like closer to 200, Fallout for closer to 300, probably 200, 300. I don't know about Assassins, actually. 240 was probably a decent price. 200. Yeah, so that raises your gains from quite a bit. Quite a bit. And so that's an interesting point, is that, like, obviously if you're a savvy investor, you're not going to be buying from TCG Player. Yeah. Should we start building this one for 2026? What was I able to do for, so there was, goodness, not Eldraine. What are we talking about? Lorwyn Eclipsed. How much did I buy those for? I'm trying to remember how much I got mine for. I think it was over 300. I wonder if I can pull up a receipt. I think I can find out on my phone. Let's see. Shop. Order history. See if that would have been delivered in like January, right? That's when it came out. See if I can find this box of, oh my gosh, I buy so much stuff. It's hopeless. Oh, wait. I should be able to see. Okay. Delivered. Wow. 265 was what I was able to get a Lorwyn Eclipsed booster box for. And so that's pretty good. So let's take a look at the current price. Lorwyn Eclipsed Collector. Yeah, baby. Almost 400. It's so interesting. These were 400 for a while, then they dipped down. Yeah, there's some selling for like 350. That's kind of a crazy, like 10% plus swing down and up, and that's kind of wild. Anyway, copy this formula over. Yay, XPath works. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. Jeez, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, the buying at the kind of distribution or Patreon prices is going to make a huge difference in the profitability estimates of these things. Kevin O'Brien says, do you have all these boxes in your personal collection or tracking appreciation in general? Yeah, appreciation in general. Yeah, I wish. I have been buying at least one of each collector box for, I guess, like 6 months now. But yeah, I'm relatively new to the kind of build up your own collection game. Yeah, definitely just in general. I'm failing to combine the two formula sections. Is there something about YouTube is shortening it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. The formula, let's see. Where is it at? So the formula is, and I'll just type it into chat, equals import XML, the URL, the XPath, and that's it. So you can get the URL from TCG Player, and then the XPath should be that second thing I pasted. Oh, and the XPath has to be in double quotes. And then that should work. I think, like you're saying, you're messing up, or not you, but what YouTube was messing up the URL. And so following that formula should be good. Okay, XMurphX, I did not get any Dan to Dan, and I'm like actually so upset about it because I was right there, and I was probably 60 seconds away from getting it. I was like late, you really want to be, if you care about getting Secret Lair, whatever, Monday morning at whatever, 11 a.m. Eastern time, you got to be on your computer and it's loading and you put stuff in your cart and you're already in line. I hadn't done that, but I logged in and so I was a little late, but I logged in and I got through the queue and I was going to check out, and then it was like, it sold out, goodbye, basically, and then just shut me out. I was like, oh, and I think I was like 60 seconds off from getting 2 of those decks for myself. But I kind of messed it up too, because I was like hesitating a little bit. I was doing some research while I was like checking out. I was like, wait, what are the cards in this? And so I just dropped the ball. So yeah, I missed out on that. I was feeling bad about it. I was like going back to work, and I'm blessed to work remote. So, I'm able to like pull that kind of shenanigans off pretty inconspicuously. And I'm just like the rest of the day ruining a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been so sick to keep one and sell one. The lands alone, honestly, 20 beautiful islands for $100. Like Wizards could probably get away with that they can get away with anything apparently as their chaos, whatever. Because they have their Secret Lair, then they got the chaos, whatever. DK Cards, hey, how's it been going? Enjoying the content? That's so good to hear. That's awesome. There's been a couple people now just hopping in, being like, hey, I love the content, and that just warms my soul. So thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Been having a good time making stuff. And so it's really fun to see people enjoying it. 2026, baby. Oh my gosh. You know what I didn't do though? I did not buy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collector box. I've had chances, and I guess I still have chances. What are the prices anyway? Age collector, because I predicted that around coming out they'd be 400, and guess what? They are. The price has gone up a little bit. Anon, an interesting YouTube channel that talks about like distribution prices and things, talked about how he really expects that the prices are going to skyrocket for this, which I don't see that happening. But I guess we'll see. There's a lot of times where stores or people who have distribution or whatever, because I've seen Kitchen Table do this. I think I've seen Kevin from Rogue Deck Builder do this, where they're like, oh yeah, this collector booster box is going to skyrocket in price, or this product is going to be super valuable. And then it just doesn't. And what I think is happening, and Rudy, of course, from Alpha Investments does this. What I think is happening is that people look at these numbers and they say like, oh, okay, there's only 10, 20, 30, whatever, 50 left before it hits $450. So we're selling, whatever, like, oh geez, we're selling 50 a day. So in one day it's going to, rise $50. And I think people underestimate how many of these people are going to list every single day. I think that's what's happening. I'm open to theories, but it feels like a lot of times that people are like, oh yeah, the price is going to skyrocket. And then it's weeks, months, potentially years, and it doesn't. DK Cards owns an LGS. None of my regular customers wanted TMNT collectors, so I offer them for $350 during the pre-release to pre-release players just to sell them out. Nice. Yeah. That's probably a good move. I cannot imagine the trickiness, right, in owning a game store and getting the money to move around. I just know, like, in the Patreon programs I'm part of, where pre-orders are so far ahead, right, of like, they're ahead of spoilers, they're ahead of basically knowing anything about the set. So if you want to get in on it, you have to gamble. And I feel like these booster boxes are duds. I feel like, like Avatar: The Last Airbender has cool cards in there. I don't know any of the card, like cool mythics, I'll say. It has the like Badger Mole Cub. It has the flying bird that gets you to draw cards when your opponent uses their fetch lands. I don't see any mythics in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I'm like, oh yeah, that's going to sell boxes. So I'm just concerned. Concerned about these, and definitely don't blame anybody for quote unquote fire selling them. Listening to like three of your videos while I finish staining my deck over the weekend. Staining or sleeving. Great content. Thank you. It's so encouraging to hear this kind of positive conversations. I've actually been surprised overall. There's been like so much positivity in general from YouTube, which I don't think people would say that in general. You should start a dated prediction page that you come back to. Yeah. I have made one like personally, but I should make one that's like public. I should make one that's a shared document, and that's like view access for anybody, and put it in the description of my videos, right? That like anybody can come back to and be like, oh yeah, like this is what you said this price would be on this day, and you can see the change log and whatever. Buy a deck. An actual outdoor deck. Oh. Nice. Oh, that's sick. That's cool. That's really cool to imagine doing something. I know who I listen to while I do my chores. It's like I'm listening to all kinds of these trading card people, and that's the thing is just the realization that there's so much demand for this kind of content, right? For kind of like because obviously not like a diss on anybody who's already making content in this space, but I think what I can bring to it is a like analytical economics kind of trained mind. And a lot of the people who open up stores are just like talented business people, and they're like Rob at RNG Games said this the other day. He literally said, he's like, I'm not an economist. I just know that this works. And it's like, yeah, man, you're the best. Like Rob's the best, right? But I was thinking to myself, and with my family's support, it was like, yeah, I could maybe step in, make some videos people like listening to, and talk about this kind of stuff, but from more the kind of investment analytical lens, even though I'm not as deep in the mud as these people who actually own game stores and stuff. That'd be cool, but definitely not in that phase of life for me. Yeah, or don't share it and save it for content once a quarter. Yeah, what I want to do, because I want to hold myself accountable to my predictions, right? Like it's stupid to like be like, I made a prediction, and then you I don't know, don't keep to it or whatever. Or you like change what your prediction was so that you don't look dumb, or all that I think is silly. So what I think would be cool is to be like, set in stone, like this is my prediction for what's going to happen. Like another prediction I made was about the Strixhaven commander decks. I don't think the Strixhaven commander decks are going to move single prices. I don't think the commanders that star in those are interesting enough to actually like impact markets. Not like, Final Fantasy commander decks like Y'shtola moved all kinds of cards. Same thing as Titus and Cloud. Like all these commanders were impacting single prices because of their commander decks. Hearthhole did that. Like the even the Lore and Eclipsed commanders did that. I don't think that the Strixhaven commanders are going to do that. I think they're all just too vanilla. And so we'll see. But that's another one of my predictions. And I'd love to write those predictions down and just see what you get right. Because that's the key, actually, to getting better at predicting, is being super critical and being able to look in hindsight and be like, oh, yeah, that was a good prediction. Oh, yeah, that was a bad prediction, right? That's kind of the thing. Yeah, that's what I want to be able to do. Strixhaven, Secrets of Strixhaven. I did not buy Team NT. Oh, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to pick winners and losers, and I'm going to pretend like what's funny though, was I able to get Team NT for 300? Because you could sell today and make $33, and $33 is $33. So I guess maybe I did miss out on Team NT. Secrets of Strixhaven. What? With the fear that I load Discord and it appears on my main screen. Oh no, don't do it. Yeah, okay, it's appearing on my side screen. Perfect. Let me go check what the Secrets of Strixhaven, what my best price amongst all the sources was. What's crazy with Secrets of Strixhaven was that a lot of the prices I was seeing, like what Stomping Ground was pre-ordering for, what MVP Sports and More was pre-ordering for, was like $300+. Which is crazy. I mean, to me, that doesn't sound like a good deal. Like any super pre-order before any spoilers out, a collector box for over 300, a collector box that is in universe, so it doesn't even have the like Wizards Supreme expensiveness to it. Yeah, that's crazy to me, but it is what it is, I guess. Okay, so I was able to secure some Strixhaven for $375. Well, I haven't secured anything. Excuse me. I have very kindly asked the Patreons I'm part of that I'd be interested at this price. So we'll see what actually happens. But that is some good stuff. Okay. We did all of 2024. Let's do 2025. I'm actually so interested if Final Fantasy is just going to be like everything. Let's see. 2025 MTG release. Innistrad Remastered. One of the saddest sets. Like if my young self knew that in the year 2025 there would be an Innistrad remastered that was like all the best of Innistrad, I would have been so excited. Oh man. But I'm so disappointed. I bought one booster pack from like Walmart. That was it. Yeah. It's okay though. You haven't secured my Strixhaven stuff yet? Yeah. Good to see you, Jade. Or Jabe Rattle. Hans Run is your real name. Why is your name on here Jabe Rattle? Thanks for being here, my #1 fan. Except for Accused Cardboard, who has the #1 fan thing next to him. So therefore is the #1 fan. But yeah, I don't know exactly how the pre-ordering stuff. If DK Cards is still here, then he could tell us more about, you know, how it works, like if he's gotten secured allocations yet or whatever. But yeah, no, I haven't secured any collector boosters yet. I haven't secured anything yet. I don't know if stores have secured anything yet. I don't know, for some reason the chat handle is different. Yeah, I've noticed that. It's really annoying actually. Not like you're fine. I'm saying like when I'm in chats and I post stuff, and in the past it's like I changed my name, but my old name was like the Tintin, but my channel name was like Dogbert9 Rocks or something like that because I liked my dad's Dilbert comics growing up. And so, you know, I like won a giveaway once and they're like, the Tintin, Dogbert9 Rocks. It's like, it's so annoying to have two names. But anyways, you're good. You're good. We're about to find out. Let's see, Aether Drift, Dragonstorm. About to find out if you could have bought all the commander or whatever collector decks. Oh, hey, you're #1 fan now, Jabe. Congratulations. Hans Run. We're gonna find out if you could have bought each collector booster box in 2025 and just sold it in March of 2026 and turn a profit. Let's see. Final Fantasy, Edge of Eternities, Spider-Man, and Avatar. Okay. Final Fantasy. I got a good deal, and that good deal was $600. Get wrecked, Q's Innistrad Remastered plays up 47% in 12 months. I'm a fan. You're a fan of like the cards inside, or it is an investment piece? Because I think it could be a sick investment piece or be performing well, but I was disappointed at the actual contents. Innistrad Remastered collector booster display. Yeah, getting these for $240 seems like it was very doable. Investment piece, yeah. I see where you come from. I'm pretty interested in this because this is the real like short-term people, right? Like like if you have to buy a bunch of stuff and flip it within a year, you know, it's kind of short. But look at that. Even after shipping and fees, you're still netting money. So that doesn't lie. Yeah. Aether Drift will be interesting. Aether Drift. Man. That was too bad. Yeah. I mean, Innistrad Remastered, I just wish that it had better cards in it. That's all. I do play the game. I love opening packs. And I would have gone hard on Innistrad Remastered, but it just didn't seem to have like any of the stuff I was really looking for. Let's see. It didn't have Craterhoof Behemoth. It didn't have... Did it even have Grizzlebrand? Like, I'm not sure. Let's go. There are cards inside the sealed boxes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes. Oh. Yeah, I need. Oh man, like I got a Bloomberg box, and I was like, I'm going to speculate on this over a year. I did not. I opened it, and that was fine. Well, no, I should I shouldn't have opened it, but it was cool. It was a cool experience to open it. But anyway, you get it. You get it. Dragon Storm Collector. These ones did well, right? 400. It's not crazy, but yeah, let's say that's good. Final Fantasy. Now we're talking. To see collector. Hopping around that $1,000 price point as it has been for a hot minute now. I remember I was with friends mid 2025, and every day the price seemed to be fluctuating hundreds of dollars. I mean, it was like 1,100 to 1,400 to 1,200 to 1,300, and just crazy. Edge collector. Wow. I literally bought one of these like a month ago for $400. That's crazy. That one was also open. I'm a little bit of a degenerate, I guess. Apparently. Get me in front of a camera and I spill all. I did sell my Spider-Man. Oh, what the? $0. That's not right. Spider-Man. I did buy a Spider-Man, and I did sell it to buy something else. Can't remember what that was. I'm pretty excited about this year. I think besides, I mean, especially from what I'm learning, apparently, well, okay, I need to slow my roll. I'm more of a business of like flipping than actual investing. And so often the money is good for me to buy more expensive collections so that I'm able to flip it and make good money that way. I don't think you could get Spider-Man for $240. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to put here. Have you checked out the EV of the starter commander decks? Yeah. Do I have it? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I need to check my stream thing to make sure this is visible. Yeah, so here's my code, my dinky code. So there's about $82 of dollar price after fees in the starter commander deck set, which is, you know, I'm not sure that how cheap you're able to get these for. I don't know where you could get them for cheap enough to make it worth it to like open them and sell the singles. This is a relatively high price floor though. It's like a 45-cent price floor, which I've been meaning to fix that in my code for a long time, and I'm just going to fix it right now. Oh no, I guess it's 35. That is what I want it to be. Was this done with the 35-cent price floor? Oh no, the 45-cent is right here. Yeah, I need to change that. Let's change that to 30. I am down to clown with 30-cent cards on TCG Player. But so anyways, I could rerun this, but overall I'm not bullish on the negative 32% return. Yeah, and this isn't quite right because a lot of these cards are like lower value, and so you know, you're shipping envelopes that come with a $1.31 shipping fee from TCG Player, right? And so you'll actually make extra money on those. And so this is like a pretty low estimate, and this is TCG low too, and you could definitely sell at market and get some good sales before you have to like lower prices of stuff. But that being said, you know, like if it'd be one thing if these had collector sample packs, like if these had Foundations collector sample packs in them, like whew, it might be worth it, you know, because that was the thing. Like I did this same thing for Lord of the Rings. You can buy Lord of the Rings right now off a TCG Player, and technically TCG low, cards above 45 cents, after fees, you're not making any money, but you get those collector sample packs, which I actually have like right here. So if you're interested, there's a link inside of the pinned comment, and I'm actually planning on ending the stream soon. But if anybody, I guess I'll this is the chance to extend the stream. Is going to this link and buying stuff. Don't do it, Hans. Don't do it. I know your accountant not be happy with you. But anyways, we've got 20 of these things, and these are great. I love selling them, obviously live, but also in like bulk lots to people or whatever. The collector sample packs are good stuff. So what are we doing? Yeah, Spider-Man. How much could you get Spider-Man for? Actually, what? Let's see. TNT. Let's see if I'm able to go back in time and see what. Oh, that's Avatar. What was Avatar pre-orders? Wow. 448. I'm a gambling man. Why did you decide to start a YouTube channel now? Where are you looking to get out of it? Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, Hans Run, resist the urge. Hughes Cardboard, it's a good question. The long answer that you might not have asked for is that I've kind of found the right cocktail of antidepressants that have really helped my productivity. And I've always wanted to do YouTube. I've like always wanted to do YouTube. I love magic. I love magic. And so I'm like listening to magic videos all the time and thinking to myself, there's just not enough content for me. Like I wish there was more Magic the Gathering finance-esque content. Like if Rudy and Kitchen Table TCG and RNG Games all made a video every day, I would listen to all of it, but they don't. It's like, RNG Games makes like 2 videos a month, right? And so it's like, man, what what could I do about this? And it's like, well, why don't I make a YouTube channel? Why don't I make videos about this stuff and see if anybody watches it? And I've been so blown away because people are watching it. And Hans, who's in the chat, is Jay Bradle, is one of my best friends, and he was hyping me up about how it's like, if you've got 150 views, that's a pretty big college class. It's like that's a big deal. And people say like, oh, it's not a big deal until you get 100,000 views or whatever, and that's just crap. It's like it is a big deal to get some views, to entertain, to inform, to inspire people. And so it has been just so encouraging, so interesting to yeah, dude. Brian Holdings, thank you. It feels great to hit the sub count I've hit. It's a big deal to be like over 250. Yo, Brian, Brerwood, you're coming in at the end. I was just saying, here, wait, let me pull this up. I was saying if somebody wants to gamble, this is you enjoyment of sharing shows through. Yeah, if someone wants to gamble, I got my website. I've got these packs here, but otherwise I'm going to be like packing it up. Yeah, Q's Cardboard, thanks for asking. It is fun. It is a good time. Jade pointing out, even now 16 people hanging out live. That's more people than I know in real life. Really? Holy crap, there are 16. I didn't even see that. I see no, I do see that now. But anyway, what sets you got? I got Lord of the Rings collector sample packs, and I've got Tarkir collector sample packs. And if you pull my leg, I've got a box of Final Fantasy as well, the plate boosters. I guess if you're feeling really spicy, I've got a box of collectors, but I don't think we're going to be doing the collectors tonight. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's been fun. It's been really good. Just making a video every day, or at least trying to. Gamble on a one ring right there. Yes, Jason, you get the spirit. It's yeah, these are tempting. These, I do feel these call to me. I just got a lot out of 700 RH Pokemon for. What does RH stand for? I'm sorry for my noobness. Going right on my way to TCG right now. Yes. Yes, baby. No, it feels so good to buy a collection or whatever and just be able to flip it. That's what it's about. That's like how I feel. I mean, it's so dumb, but I'll like open booster packs and be like, wait, this is an expensive card. Heck yeah, I'm going to sell it. And, you know, you like actually did open up. I did open up a booster box of Edge of Eternities that was like way positive expected value. It was crazy. But, you know, not not what usually happens. But anyways. Oh, it's good times. Okay, folks. I have had a lot of fun. Thanks for being here. The hope is to do these every single week at this time. And so no missing out. There's going to be plenty of opportunity to party it up, ask questions, et cetera, et cetera. But we're going to call it, oh, yeah, when I sell a card, the dopamine hit is wild. Yeah, that's the secret to TCG Player and how good it feels is that you've got these emails coming in all day, right? It's like, you made a sale, you made a sale, you made a sale. And it does feel so good. Whoa. Is that true? Oh my gosh. Hans Run. Wait. There it is. It's right there. Oh no. It's charging shipping. Mother trucker. I need to figure out how to refund you that. Yeah, no wonder nobody's buying anything. Anyways. All right, Hans. We're doing it. Maybe I'll do you just want 2 or do you want the shipping refund? And also, do you want to pick yours? I've got a pack or a stack of like 20. So you could like roll a dice if you want, or you could choose. Yeah, pretty brutal. No kidding. Yeah, that's on me. I messed that one up. But like I said, do you want 2 of these? Do you want to pick? 2 works. All right, baby. Do you want to pick top, bottom, middle? This is your extended art. Did you know there are copies of the One Ring that are like extended art that you can't get in normal booster packs? You can only get them in these collector sample packs, which is believe in me. Thanks, man. I believe in you too. These are collector sample packs. And so Jake did a silly, Jake, dox you. Hans did a silly thing buying this with the shipping price, but I'm going to get them too. Oh no. Are these hard to open? All right. BRB. Going to get the handy dandy pack opening tool, aka scissors. Just make a small cut with my very stable hands. There we go. All right, pack 1 out of 2 for Hans. Oh, I have not opened one of these, maybe like ever. Secret layer ad. This is what we come here for. And that's the common foil Dunland Crebain, or whatever that's called. And a King of the Oathbreakers. Okay. Okay. I was going to say Ancestors Protect You, and that's kind of like what that is. All right. Second one for Hans. All right. Super special secret pack opening tool. Activate. High tech. Yes. Dude, rip and shipping might not be my calling. Just like my fingers are not what they used to be. All right. Let's get some of that one ring energy going. Here we go. Many partings in the back. Search the library for base land card, reveal it, put into your hand, get a food token. Okay. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Full art. Flame of Anor. Honestly, not the worst. Not the best. Hans, thank you for playing. I will ship these to you first thing in the morning. Thank you all for being here. It's good times. Really appreciate it. Appreciate your support. If you haven't, you should subscribe. Trying to get to 500 subscribers. That'd be super cool. At like 270 right now, which is great. Very grateful. Very awesome. So anyways, have a great night, y'all. Peace and love.